Welcome to my review of the PHB, as you can see, the EM-023. Really crappy name. They should have named it something better, but not up to me anyway. So yeah, it's these bad boys here. Hybrid, 2 BAs, 2 dynamics, which is kind of rare these days because everything seems to have one. Rip-off of either the KZ ZS6 or more likely a rip-off of the Campfire Andromedas, which I've never tried, obviously because they're expensive. Really nice fit and finish, as you can see. MMCX connector, which is less decent, but as you can see, really nice fit and finish. So what you get in your packaging, as you can see here, is this. That's the lid for this. You can always take the foam out and use that as a carry case, which is an option, but there's no padding. So you get also this pouch with the brand. Not too bad. I never use things like these, but it's always an option. So you get that. You get 2 lots of cables. I've had to wrap these up. These are a pain in the ass to do nice and neat. Anyway, so non-mic. Next one's a mic. Left and right, but you can't. It's extremely hard to see. The left one has a little notch, so it just says L. If you can just about make it out. But on the other side there is a little dimple. So if you basically, even anyone with good vision is going to see that it's hard to see which one is which. They should have made them colour coded, you know, blue and red. That's what they should have done. Not a bad cable, does what it's supposed to do. I like that they've included 2, so a non-mic, and then the next one, which is a mic, this one. Same again, L and R are a little bit easier to see. If I can pick up on camera, that one's L. Come on, pick it up. There you go, L. Not flexible cable, it's not too bad. A single button for the microphone, and that's it. Both of them have a chin slider, which works well enough, so it's not too bad. And also with MMCX, if you buy these, or if you already got some other earphones which are MMCX, please don't keep taking them on and off, just leave them on, because MMCX is problematic. They should have made them 2-pin, but that's what I would do. Tips you get. I'm showing everything I'm showing you was also in the unbox in the impressions video. Shirt clip, which works well enough. Personally I don't use them, but at least I'm there. 2 foam tips which expand really quick, as you can see, which is probably no help because by the time you put them in your ear they've already expanded. Large and small tips, these are the same that come pre-fitted. Quite wide bore, they work the best for me. And another pack of tips which are a bit stiffer and they have a smaller bore. I preferred the ones that came fitted, worked well for me, but you have those as an option. Comes with warranty info and stuff, the instruction manual. So everything I was showing you was already in the the unbox video. But the key thing is here. So the cables are 1.3 meters, which is fine. Frequency range is large, more than you can hear. And this is probably the more of the key thing is here. See that big roll off? So that's a big treble roll off, and I'll discuss that in a bit. And see it rises like 2.5K, 2K, 2.5, which I'll talk about in a bit. Move all this stuff out of the way. That's it. Talk about these. Going to comfort. Comfort was fine considering there's a few sharp edges. I'd say it's in the middle. So it's not the best for comfort, but it's not the worst. Considering there's a lot of sharp edges, they was not too bad. Vent there. And the vent on the back, from what I can tell, makes no difference whatsoever to the sound, because you can put your finger on it, it sounds the same. So there you go. L for left, obviously, MMCX, really nice build, like I've said before. R, obviously, decent. Say I wanted them in green. I think there was silver available, and I think there's red. I might be mistaken, but I think it's silver or red. So yeah, let's get to the sound. So the low bass is good, a little elevated, but it's not boomy or over the top. It's quite a good balance, but obviously it's elevated, so there's a good presence of it. I don't know what drivers they've used, but they seem to be quite quick, good punch, fast. So I can't really, the low end's pretty good. Let's get to mids. Mids are pretty good, because that, like I've shown on that little graph, like 2K, just over 2K, that means the vocals are really clear. They're not overly like in your face like some are. These sound nothing like the ZS6s, which are really harsh. These aren't harsh at all. But yeah, there's a peak at 2K, so it makes vocals stand out a bit. So these is quite, for general usage of music, just general, these work perfectly well. If you want treble, so if you like, what's treble? Probably more like rock-based music or anything, maybe classical, it depends. Anything with a higher treble, in the track or whatever you want to listen to. Because that roll-off I showed you in that little graph, you can feel it's lacking or that it's pushed back. But you can always EQ it back up, so it's not a big deal. But that peak at 2K, I'd prefer that to be down just a touch. And some of that treble where it rolled off and bring that up a bit would have been really good. And then for the price range, that would have sounded really good, but I didn't tune these, so. But yeah, as an overall sound, the sound okay. They don't really sound closed in or anything like that, but as an overall sound, they sound pretty good. They don't do anything really wrong, but they're not really amazing either. They're kind of average, but yeah, they're not too bad. The sound is not too bad at all. Isolation was okay, to be honest, because that, with it being open, well, just for effect, so they don't seal that well. So isolation wasn't great. Sensitivity was fine. These are easy to power on whatever device I tried them on. Like I tried them on my phone, on my Shanling M0, on the Tempo Tech V1A, the Sonos HD, blah blah blah. My few devices which you've seen me review. Powers these fine, like no issues whatsoever. Imaging was good, and yeah, not much to say really. They're not perfect. They really should have been 2-pin. If I was to make these, I'd have made these 2-pin at the factory, because that's way better. And if they ever come out of phase, you can always just flip the cable around to fix that. The treble roll-off is probably the most negative part, but you can say EQ to do what you need to do. And yeah, these things look really good. It's a shame that these aren't more common, really. Say these, I think these seem to be pretty hard to find. From the store I bought them on, no longer sell them. Obviously in the unbox and in this, I'll link a store that currently sells them. I didn't buy it from them, but they currently sell them. I think they've sold out of one of the colours. But yeah, if you're MMCX, make sure you leave cables connected. Like in the unbox video, someone who owns these said their MMCX failed because of cable swapping. So you learn from that and always leave, especially with these, leave the cables in. Take the tip off. So yeah, nice build. A little lip to help keep the tips on. Obviously a little vent there, and yeah, They're not perfect, but they're not too bad. You know, you could do a lot worse, but obviously you could do better. But yeah, they seem competent enough. They've got good enough details. You know, the treble's pushed back. The detail is fine, really. And I think that's it. Anything else, as usual, just let me know in the description. My mistake in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. And it might be a blonde, so we'll find out. Yeah, take care everyone, and stay safe.